Imagine this. It's 2008 and you just wake up and you're heading down to your living room to play Mario and Sonic at the Beijing Olympic Games while you turn on Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends in the background and this commercial comes on.
Parents and grandparents of young children. Have you received this special notice from Gerber Life? If not, you're urged to call this toll-free number now because Gerber Life is accepting applications for their affordable grow-up plan.
If you're like me and in your 20s, you probably had a weird reaction to that obscure Gerber commercial that just popped out of nowhere all the time. You see, there's something really weirdly nostalgic about mid-2000s commercials. It's kind of weird looking back now after all these years and just seeing kind of how much they brainwashed us, how much these commercials are just embedded into our brain and give us this weird nostalgic feeling. I thought we'd take a look at some of the older ones. One of them that I still vividly remember to this day are Zoo Pals.
Hey kids, follow the bouncing plate. Oink, oink, Zoo Pals. Buzz, buzz, Zoo Pals. Quack, quack, Zoo Pals. Zoo Pals make eating fun.
These fucking things were literally just paper plates with a couple different holders for all of your shit, but my god, were they cool as fuck. They just felt so special. You know, if you were about to eat on a zoo plate, you weren't just having any meal. You were having a meal on a zoo plate. There's nothing that I would rather have my grilled cheese sandwich with a side of Doritos on rather than a Zoo Pal. Like, my god, give me the fucking elephant. We're eating today. We're eating fancy today. I've got my Zoo Pals out. While we're talking about food, there's one commercial back in the day that just blew my fucking mind more than anything. I might have been 10 years old and I might not have known how to bake a cake, but my god, there's nothing that I wanted more than a Betty Crocker bacon fill.
Introducing the Betty Crocker Bacon Fill, a delightful new pan that lets you prepare a cake with all kinds of delicious filling. These are the kind of desserts you'll find in the finest restaurants. Ice cream cakes, Italian-filled torts, even baked Alaska. Or you can simply fill your cake with a different Betty Crocker cake mix.
Now, before all these cutting open of these hyper-realistic cakes happened, cakes were cool. They didn't suck. In the commercial, when they're telling you could put anything inside this cake, my god, my mind ran wild with things that I could put inside that cake. Realistically, there's not a ton you can toss in there, but don't tell that to me as a kid because I'm thinking about all the crazy shit I'm going to toss in there. You can put fucking ice cream in there, toss it in there. You can put candy in there, I don't know, toss that in there too. You can put Jell-O in there, I don't know, probably not going to taste good, fucking toss that in there too. Like, they literally advertised this on the commercial and made a fucking watermelon. You're telling 10-year-old me I can't make some wild shit too? That was definitely one of my favorites, but there is still one commercial that I remember from back in the day that I still think about time from time now, and that, for me, are moon shoes.
Moon shoes, kid-powered anti-gravity shoes, moon shoes, jumping up and down like a kangaroo, moon shoes, jump straight to the moon with shoes that defy gravity.
Watching this commercial now, when I'm 23, doesn't hit the same way it did back when I was a kid. In fact, watching it, I realized I was just disappointed because I was like, fuck, this looks so much more terrible and lame as hell than I remembered in my head as a kid. See, as a kid, I thought if you got moon shoes, you could jump over a goddamn skyscraper, like toss those fucking things on and just, whoa, yeet, moon shoes. Growing up is really just realizing that moon shoes didn't add anything to your hops. Like, even in the commercials, they're just lifting up their legs higher than they would. It doesn't look like they're getting any airtime. It also looks like you would really just, like, break a leg or roll an ankle on them extremely easily. This has been one of the toughest pills to swallow as I've grown up, is just how much moon shoes suck, which sucks because it was one of the things that I wanted most as a kid, are a goddamn pair of moon shoes. And I can't make a video about nostalgic commercials from the 2000s without talking about the absolute GOAT of 2000s commercials, the absolute most iconic book series itself.
Now your child can visit steamy jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the oceans to meet and learn surprising facts about the magnificent animals that live there, all through the captivating, colorful pages of Zoobooks, the publication especially created for young readers.
There's something just so oddly iconic and memorable about these commercials about books with pictures of animals in them. I don't know what it was, if they just bombarded the airwaves back in the day, but it felt like they were on every fucking time they went to commercial break. You would be seeing these fuckers. Overall, it's weird looking at some of these now because you immediately, it's so implanted into your fucking brain when you see some of these that it's like, I haven't thought about this in so long, but I know what's going on here. I feel it. I don't know what it is exactly. Can't put my finger on it. But oh my god, I know this. And there were a ton back in the day, and that's why it's kind of fun going back and looking at these, because if you're, like, we're moving into something where we aren't really seeing a ton of commercials like this anymore, with streaming platforms and new ways, new mediums to get your entertainment. It's just different now, and so going back to these, we'll never have this, and the kids growing up now aren't going to have these commercials either. So it's really just like a segment in time where we can just be like, shit, that's gone, I'm old, and I miss Zoo Pals. But hey, in hindsight, I'm happy we had these, iconic. They make me feel some kind of way. And if there's anything I can just lead us all off with, it is that Betty, what's her name? Betty Crocker, if you're watching this, DM me. I need one of those fill things. I got a couple ideas of what I'm putting in that fucking cake.